And welcome back to part 5 of Contempt of Court. And my name is Cashaway, and this is the flashback trial for our defendant, Vinny. I'm just going to call him Vinny because I keep pronouncing his name wrong. So he was a defense attorney, and this was his first trial. Of course, everything's connected in Ace Attorney land. So Snow, the detective of the current case, said that he was fired because of a case that happened 5 years ago, and this must be the case. So he must be a fresh detective. And we're about to break a testimony, the first testimony of the game. Let's see. We arrived at Virgilus Bridge at 7:30 p.m. the same evening. Near the bridge, we found lots of footprints. Analyst shows there were only 2 different sets. It concluded that the footprints facing away from the valley belonged to the victim. The other pair was proven to belong to the defendant, Errol Brisbane. Aside from the footprints, we found something else which pins the defendant as the killer. Thanks to forensics, we were able to prove this. Thank you for your testimony, Mr. Snow, but there's just one thing I'm puzzled about. What's that? In your testimony, you said you found something else which pins the defendant as the killer. What is this something else? Nearly forgot. I'm talking about this. Card. So it is connected to the last case. A playing card. It was found in the victim's body. It doesn't make sense, though. There was no full deck of cards on him, just a single card. I'll admit that it doesn't seem to make much sense. Why indeed did this victim carry this single card? Actually, I think I'd be able to shed some light onto this little golden nugget. This card was the victim's lucky charm. Lucky charm, you say? This playing card. Indeed. He never lost sight of it. Only he and the defendant knew of it. So... Wait. How did they know? I guess they questioned Brisbane, and that's how they figured it out. What are you waiting me to... What? Are you waiting for me to tell you why you found it so lucky? I have no idea. I don't practice necromancy, so no, I can't ask the victim himself. The victim had it in his hand when he landed. In any case, the court accepts this card into evidence. Now, Mr. Cackatrice. Now, Vinny, your cross-examination, please. I know I'm saying that wrong. I think it's like cockatrice or something. I was wondering when I was to step in. He looks so confident. I think that's Phoenix Wright's face too. I think that's Phoenix Wright's face with like a different body. Yes, Your Honor. He looks very calm though, and very professional. Alright, so this is how the game works in case you've never played an Ace Attorney game. You press for more information and you present contradictions. So if there was a contradiction in the statement, I would present like the card or whatever I thought was the contradiction. But it's early on, so usually press all the statements. So when you arrived at 7:30, hold it. How did you find out about the crime? A man called the department and reported a murder up in the bridge. Crockett, I have to remind myself how he sounds. Crockett claimed to have witnessed the very happening of this crime. But you say that you arrived at the crime scene at 7:30 p.m. The murder took place 50 minutes earlier. Why the large gap? Wow, that's not very logic. Dear me, Vincito. Use your noodle for one, will ya? Virgilus Bridge is up in the mountains, to the north of the city. The police department is one of the furthest buildings away from these mountains. It would have taken 40 minutes, at least by vehicle, to the crime scene. This is making sense now, Vinny boy? I suppose the distance was on the 40-minute side. The prosecution rests. Now, detective, what did you find when you arrived at the scene? Alright, near the bridge you found footsteps. And there was 2 different sets. Okay, this is why they're pinning our client, mainly the shoe prints. Only 2. Yeah, both trails lead to the edge of the gorge. One trail ended facing away from the edge, while the other prints were facing the other print. You're contemplating things, Snow. Yeah, let me just show you, simply for the benefit of the defense. Here we have a photograph of the edge of the valley, roughly 10 yards to the left of the bridge. The footprints I'm pointing out belong to the victim, Jack Crane. And yes, they have been examined and proven. We can see his footprints stop at the edge of the valley and face away from it, towards the defendant. This pair belongs to the defendant, which I've already proven. They show he walked with Mr. Crane to the valley edge. But wait a minute. There's no footprints walking away though. Did he just stand there? Why is there more footprints? Like, didn't he try to run away or something? That's weird. Maybe that's something to do with it when he's innocent. Mr. Brisbane pushes Mr. Crane off the edge, splat. So he had to really push him so that his feet didn't stumble back. There's nothing on that snow behind him. Splat indeed. Now then, carry on. We concluded the footprints were facing away. The victim's shoe prints. Okay. There was the slightest chance of the wearer's DNA being left on the snow from the shoes. And I mean slight, but in this case there were none. We had some forensics do a footprint analysis. Footprint analysis. How does it work, especially with shoes? It's a long-winded procedure that involves recognizing the shoe and the print that it came from, looking around places of purchases where the shoe might have come from, about the shoe all the time, searching the defendant's home for receipts of the shoe, as for, well, the shoes themselves. Believe me, this is neither the place nor time to be discussing this. And who did the other pair of shoe prints belong to? The other pair proved to belong to the defendant, Brisbane. So this is the main firepower for the prosecution, that these shoes belong to Brisbane. So I don't know if we can prove that they weren't. Let's see. How can you tell the shoe prints belong to the defendant? He must have more than one pair of shoes, surely. Believe it or not, pretty boy, it's actually a pretty effective procedure. Take a look at the bottom of the defendant's shoe. Go on, look, and compare it with this printout. Let's put it over to humor him. Ah, I rest my case. Your Honor, I request for this to be given as evidence. Well, you have proven its relevance to the case, Mr. Volper. The court accepts the shoe print evidence, so I guess that's a very specific pattern on the bottom, and it's Brisbane's shoe that he's wearing right now. I think we have enough information on the condition of the crime scene. I hereby end the cross-examination of Detective Snip. Apologies, Your Honor, but we can't just let the cross-examination end just yet. Apologies, Vinny boy, but Your Honor already ended the cross-examination. Was there something else the defense wishes to bring up? Yes, Your Honor. There's something vital to this investigation that we haven't heard yet. Oh? Well, we've heard from the detective the state of the crime scene. What else, pray tell? It's left to cross-examine, Mr. Cackatrice. We haven't heard all the details of the crime scene, I'm sure of that. But what else is there? What important detail we missed? The defense wishes to have Detective Snow testify. Not the surroundings, that's not going to really make sense. The defense arrest is irrelevant, he was there. They haven't mentioned the victim's body. They found this card, but he fell to the bottom of a gorge. So maybe it's this. The victim's body. The victim's body. Doesn't it sound strange that Detective Snow told us everything found at the scene? But the victim's body? Oh, why the defense has a point. Detective Snow, why haven't you not mentioned the victim's body in your testimony? Hey, I'm new at this! I just forgot, okay? No, Detective, it's not okay. Would you care to testify about the condition of the body? I was more going along the lines of, they haven't mentioned, the surroundings of the gorge. I missed that. Detective! Yeah, fine. Okay. Investigation part 2. The victim's body was found at the bottom of a gorge. The gorge. There's a river down there, but the victim landed on a small bank. What does that mean? He was bruised all over, especially the head, which was cracked open on the back. Bruised all over? Wait a minute. Several traumas to the head. They don't mention if he was bruised all over. I guess it makes sense if you're falling down a cliff and you're hitting a bunch of outcrops or whatever he was hitting. There was no other signs of the bodily harm. If all was best to search the body, we found nothing except the card. So that's a contradiction. They found a Wait a minute. The victim's lucky charm. So yes, they clearly found this off the body. So that's the contradiction when I get to it. I'm surprised the bank was even established at the bottom of a gorge. No, a riverbank, Your Honor. All right. So the victim landed on a riverbank on his head. That's not a thought I wish to dwell on. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Cockatrice. So we know the contradiction already, but I'll humor it. When this music comes on, it's like the last thing we need to break. But we already know the contradiction. At least I think I do. Well, we found the victim. We found it on the gorge. How deep is Virgilus Gorge? You're talking tens of feet there, mate. 50, maybe 60 feet. Around that deep. Poor guy wouldn't have had a chance. I reckon he died before he literally hit rock bottom. What do you mean he hit rock bottom? Ah, there's the thing. There's a river down there, but there's a victim landing on a small bank. Just how large is this bank? Not that big. It's a bunch of rocks as far as I'm concerned. He's bruised all over, especially his head, which was cracked open on the back. So he landed on his head. Yeah, it was only a mild concussion. He should come around any moment now. Oh, that's good to hear. I hope he... Wait a minute, he was killed! Well, you think? Anywho... I like him. I like this guy. As for the bruises on his body, it's obviously he hit a lot of rocky outcrops during his fall. I figured that would be the case. It's possible the victim was beaten before being pushed, but impossible. Impossible how, Detective? A witness saw the crime happen. I'm willing to bet it's the guy who called the department. He said, all in good time, people, all in good time. There was no other signs of bodily harm on him. Excluding the bruises and the cracked skull, how can you tell? Oh, we have a device that detects the time bruises were made. Really? Of course not! The witness didn't report a fight between the two guys. We'll get to that witness soon enough. Thought it was best to search the body, we found nothing. That's bullcrap. Objection! Detective Snow, are you sure you found nothing? And with that, that's the end of part 5? I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. Okay, so this is the end of part 5. This has been Cashaway, and in the next one, we're going to figure out why the detective said that they found nothing. Because we found this card. So, see you everybody, until next time.